No make mistake.
Honorable Sossion,
you are not going to find.
I'm asking you then again.
The fact is,
why did you borrow more than Kenyatta in your first financial year?
Let me finish my other statement rather than interrogating me.
I expect you to answer my question because you are embarking on lovely diversions. No. Why did you borrow more than Kenyatta did in your first financial year?
How was the economy operating?
Why did you borrow is the question.
The witness has no answer.
You go and get the answer from the treasury. I'm not here to speak on behalf of the treasury.
Well, I'll give you the statistics. All right. Let me just give you the statistics. Okay, allow me then to give you the statistics, because in your first financial year, the first 9 months of 2023-24, external debt borrowing 506.9 billion, domestic debt borrowing 603 billion. Similar period 2022-23, when the Kenyatta administration left power, external borrowing 235.4 billion Kenya shillings, domestic borrowing 396.3 billion Kenya shillings. This is what the control of budget says. Why did you borrow more than the Kenyatta administration in your first financial year?
Now, when the president took over the economy, there were huge debts and huge gaps. And if borrowing was executed to meet gaps in the budget and is done properly and within law, then it is proper.
So you lied to the Kenyan people, pledging that you end borrowing.
That is part of the wider calibration of the macroeconomic aspect of the economy to stabilize the economy, which has been achieved. Now, the next that will fall in place, Ayub, because I also want you to...
It's an accountability. You have made your point.
Yes, thank you. Yes. I want to help my leader, Sossion, and my brother, because I think I don't want them to feel that I'm so evil intent that I could even go to hell as I live here. Let me explain. Please go and tell this president, I personally thank him. He has agreed for all the functions to be devolved. That's a win. But then tell him the money has to follow the functions according to what the Constitution expects.
Go and tell Matiangi.
No, he's not president. Matiangi is not president. Matiangi is not the president.
Can I give you a lick?
Matiangi is not the president.
Allow me to give you a hint. Okay.
Let us now be factual.
On a positive note. I'll give you a hint. There's a soundbite I want to hold Honorable Onyonka to account on Dr. Fred Matiangi.
Yes.
So it's coming, it's ready. So allow him to finish his submissions. I'll go to
and then you can hold me to account.
I'll hold him to account.
Thank you.
On the very same grounds.
The same thing.
Less worries, yeah.
About to tell the president.
Yes.
Let him go and tell Matiangi.
No, right. Matiangi is not the president.
Now separate this.
No.
It's not declared.
Matiangi is not the. He's not the president.
Gentlemen, it's not a ping pong.
We are wasting time.
Thank you.
I have something ready.
He's really. Honorable Sossion is behaving like a bad student in class. Honorable Sossion, I'm giving you credit.
No,
I'm actually credit. I'm saying this is finally you guys have done something that we can debate and say, Ayub, this is really a legacy thing for the president.
All right.
Now, number two, Honorable Sossion, when we raise these issues, it has nothing to do with dismissing the government. When we actually come up, no, we've been so wonderful. You've never heard. No.
Very disrespectful.
I am telling you that. Please listen. It's not. You see now he's calling me a tribalist.
Can he finish his point?
He's calling me a tribalist. And yet his friend, who's the president, employed 80 of his members of his community as permanent secretaries. You see, Ayub, we are talking about crazy things here. We are not telling you anything that Kenyans don't know. When we say, please, Honorable Sossion, just see the president listens to you. He does. Tell him to stop abducting these kids. You don't need anything more.
Ask Matiangi.
Matiangi is not the president.
How many were killed?
He's not the president. If you want to raise, he is not the president. What I'm saying, go if you have that. By the way, you can hold up. You can hold a private prosecution, and you can have my brother Harvey to prosecute. No. What I am saying, you were in the same government, all of you. You were in that government. So blame yourselves for all the things you've done. My point number two is this. I want to mention this. Kenya has no opposition. He has no opposition. The opposition has joined. What, me?
You are in opposition. You are opposing the government.
And maybe me and Nelson Avi are remaining. You've bought everybody. You put them in the box. They can't even raise simple issues about our governance structure. We are talking about issues about our country that are legitimate and they are concerned. Now you see they say, boss, let me tell you, if that group I was with yesterday, they go and agree amongst themselves, let me tell you, you will go home as one-term presidency.
All right. So,
if the president does these things we are raising and he changes direction, we will say, let him govern. We've said that so many times.
Okay.
Why do you find that to believe?
Okay.
We are not anti-government. Honorable Sossion, I know. Matiangi is a Kenyan who wants to run. Let the Kenyans reject him.
In this show.
Let the Kenyans reject him. I didn't mention him.
I know.
You are the one who has mentioned Matiangi 30 times. You are making him so popular.
But you've mentioned it everywhere.
No, but that was outside this place.
Well, and you said he is the one who sent you?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
he did.
Dr. Matiangi did. Honorable Sossion, order. So he sent you on an ambassadorial role for that function?
Yes.
And in the event, hypothetically, he puts in his bid to contest for the presidency, you will support him?
Absolutely.
How then will you defend, as they are finding it difficult to defend the government, his gross human rights records and impunity when he was the CS?
I will answer you.
Okay.
How do you handle gross incompetence and gross human rights abuses? You haven't taken Matiangi to court. You haven't charged him for any crimes. When the people were being killed, Kenyans raised those issues. There was the Kenya Human Rights Commission. There was the DCI. Right now, in fact, even after President William Ruto came into power, if Matiangi broke the law, I will tell my colleagues without any fear of contradiction, take him to court and charge him.
Isn't it a stain when the case of a Kenyan, let me just finish on, yes, the forceful deportation of a Kenyan citizen, Miguna?
Absolutely. It was totally obnoxious. I have told Matiangi so. If Miguna, his rights, not if, his rights were violated, we have pronounced ourselves on the same. If the government is treating its people with such behavior, wait, Honorable Sossion, we are willing to accept our mistakes and our successes. If the government, if Dr. Miguna feels that he has not received his justice and he has not received his worth, I think it is okay for him to hold Matiangi to account. And my point I'm making is this. The only thing, Ayub, we are going to be told about Matiangi's story, yeah, so that they can divert attention that I'm sitting here and there are 16 youth who are missing and they have been abducted and nobody's getting them. So don't tell me what aboutism or what about Matiangi. No, the government in power, I have told you, yes, and it is Matiangi to defend himself, and I have said I am willing, if he's found to have broken the law, yeah, for him to withdraw from the race. If he has not, then they need to stop this now.
So you will tell him if that happens?
Absolutely.
All right. Allow me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know me.
Allow me to.
You know me.
I've been waiting. You give.
I'll give you enough time. There's something I'm accomplishing.
Just it's his show. It's not your show.
It looks like it is his show with Matiangi.
So now, he must have been sleeping about Matiangi last night.
Okay. This is what the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua said. So we'll be getting it right here. Yes, here we go.
Hii maneno ya affordable housing, it is the worst fraud against the people of Kenya. And it's good today I tell the country, and those are things he was telling me to go to TV to defend. I told him I will not. Maybe pia ni kichwa ngumu.
Onyonka, were you comfortable sitting besides the man you had impeached from office of a gross violation of the Constitution?
Oh, Gachagua?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you supported that affordable housing that he made?
No. I voted against Gachagua because of the facts that I had.
Did you support the assessment he made of the affordable housing?
Absolutely, it's a scam.
You support him?
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
Why do you think nobody's buying 6,000 houses which have been done? And
would it be then prudent that you also ask him what he said on the 19th of May 2023 when he embarked on a countrywide campaign to popularize the same? Yes. He said the real thing in this housing program is that it will create jobs for young Kenyans. 1.6 million is the number he gave. Yes. I ask you all Kenyans to find it important and necessary. This is not a tax, but it's a saving. And therefore, let's support President William Ruto's KK affordable housing program. The debate is going on, he said, when we ask the people to contribute some little money towards the fund, to see lia sana.
He has also pronounced himself and said, when they started with that narrative and they were planning to move on, things reach way halfway and they become a scam. The titles for the land doesn't exist. The people building those houses are known. The suppliers of the materials are known. The amount of money those houses are costing shouldn't be. He said those things. And so I am, you see, Ayub, there's this narrative that is trying to be peddled out there that, you know, the truth is, there are certain things when you are in government, like these two gentlemen here, they will support anything government is doing so long as they are in government. At some point, when they realize that what they are talking about that government is done wrong, that is not there, then they feel uncomfortable. Once they flip out of government on the other side, they then begin to say, oh my God, we did not see all this. It happens with all regimes.
So moral authority question here comes up.
The point I'm making is this. Give me one single Kenyan who's in office today, who's an angel. Give me one.
So that includes the team that you were with yesterday?
Absolutely.
And why are you there then?
No, because they are Kenyans. They are Kenyans. Where do you want me to go and look for people from where? From Tanzania?
Have you said there's a transformative type?
My point is that is the call that the Gen Zs are going to make. In fact, let me just say this. Honorable Harvey, how I would wish in these coming elections, Gen Z will chase all of us home and we start afresh.
Okay.
They start afresh without us.
Honorable Ruku, yes.